Last speaker of tonight is Emmanuel. So Emmanuel, besides he's going to speak tomorrow, well, he's going to speak tonight first. So he was a child soldier in the war-torn region of the southern Sudan. His life was the inspiration behind the full-length documentary called Warchild, which has won 12 prestigious film festival awards worldwide. He has released 5 award-nominated studio albums and also collaborated with amazing artists like Lauryn Hill, Nelly Furtado, and also Alicia Keys. So we'll hear more about him. So please help me to give a warm applause to Emmanuel Jal.
Are you going to be pressing it for me? Awesome. It's really cool to invite an African to follow Flash at the back and follow 6 minutes 40 seconds. I'll take the challenge. But I know you guys will forgive me in the end because we're in the spirit. So, I want to begin with a question. Who owns your mind? Is it fear, worry, anxiety, or poverty? Because the battles are fought in the mind and they are won in the heart. Whoever owns your mind owns everything and everything you create. What's on my mind was something called trauma. And what is it? It's an internal genocide, a soul murder, something that comes and takes everything within you. In the day, you have flashbacks. At night, you have nightmares. Where did it come from? Well, I was born in the most difficult time. My country was at war with itself. And that war reached the core of my family. All my aunties died during the war, including my mom. All my uncles except 2. By the age of 7, my father gave me out and told me I'm going to go to school in Ethiopia, where I ended up becoming a child soldier. I want to do a spoken word called Forced to Sin that can summarize my journey. And also to show you the process. How did I get out of it? I got out of all the situation to be able to own my mind now through a process called My Life is Art. Basically, recognizing my life as a work of art that I create to spark consciousness. So this is the spoken word called Forced to Sin. It's dedicated to a friend of mine called Lowell. We're a group of young people between 200 to 400. And we plan an escape from staying in being child soldiers. And in the end, only 16 people made it. It's the lowest point I've ever been as a human being, apart from being in a battlefield and see people die, seeing your loved one disappear, seeing bombs blowing people off. Here I was tempted to eat my fellow human being. And this is how it goes like. My dreams are like torment. My every moment. Voices in my brain of friends that were slain. Friends like Lual who died by my side of starvation. In the burning jungle and the desert plain. Next was I, but Jesus heard my cry. As I was tempted to eat the rotten flesh of my comrade. He gave me comfort. We used to raid villages, stealing chickens, goats, and sheep. Anything we could eat. I knew it was rude, but we needed food. And therefore I was forced to sin. Forced to sin to make a living. Forced to sin to make a living. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Never give up, never give in. Left home at the age of 7. 1 year later I leave with an AK-47. By my side, slept with one eye open wide. Run, duck, play dead and hide. I've seen my people die like flies. But I've never seen a dead enemy, or at least one that I've killed. But still as I wonder, I won't go under. guns barking like lightning and thunder. As a child so young and tender, words I can't forget, I still remember. As a sergeant command, raising his hand, no retreat, no surrender. Yigish, I carry the burn of the trauma. Warchild, child without a mama, still fighting in the saga. Yet as I wage this new war, I'm not alone in this drama. No sit or stop. As I reach for the top, I'm fully dedicated like a patriotic cop. I'm on a fight, day and night. Sometime I'm doing wrong in order to make things right. It's like I'm living a dream. First time I'm feeling like a human being. The children of Darfur, your empty belly Sunday telling us you that I'm fighting for. Left home, don't even know the day I'll ever return. My country's war-torn. Music I used to hear was bombs and fire of guns. So many people died that I don't even cry no more. Ask God question, what am I here for? Why are my people poor? Why and why? When the rest of the children were learning how to read and write, I was learning how to fight. It's snails, vultures, rats, snakes, and anything that had life. I was ready to know it's a shame, but who's to be blamed? That's my story of Bali. Thank you. So, is my time up? Okay, I want to conclude. Look like I have 35 seconds. So, the first thing I had to do, because my work is about justice, equality, and freedom for all. I came to understand one thing. When you want freedom, the first person you have to fight is yourself. So, to begin, I had to liberate my heart, to start forgiving those who caused me harm and also to forgive myself. And the second stage was to unite my heart and my mind. And that's what I was able to do. My whole journey is within me to work in myself. But my time is up. So I just want to show you the few things that I do. I'm still evolving. I'm not stuck in one place just telling the same story. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I never planned to be that. So when I say who owns your mind, I had all. Poverty, fear, worry, and trauma. That's all I had. But one thing I learned as a little kid, maybe I'll leave this with you. If you can find your purpose, the purpose will always help you wherever you go. I always said I want to be part of a solution from the time I was a little kid. Kids are dying next to me of starvation. I would get lost and see myself helping and speaking out on behalf of those kids. And I would get, up to now, I still do the same thing. And that's my driving force that helped me do things. That's the same thing that gave me passion to stand here and tell the same story, to be the voice. And what is it? What is the purpose? People combine their purpose and their job. Purpose is surrendering yourself to a cause bigger than you. That means everything that you have, you use it to serve your community, your friends. And if it's something that is paying you, that's a job. The true calling is to go out there, whatever wealth you create, you give it. You have time, you volunteer. And that's what gives joy. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. That was really great. Any question?
Could you play those final images and talk about what just finished your thing? Forget the 640 thing. We want to see those final images. Yeah, I don't want to see no. We see the guns. Let's see this.
So now I'm an entrepreneur. I own a cafe in Toronto, and I created a superfood that I use. I used to have high blood pressure and early symptom of diabetes, so I decided to eat like a poor person in the village. So I combine. If you could go behind again, there's another flip. One more behind. Yeah, that. So you go again. So I created a company called Jalgua, and Jalgua is made out of 2 organic ingredients. One of it is called moringa, a tree that has 300 healing properties, 46 anti-inflammatories, and 92 essential nutrients. And sorghum, which is another grain that has got 240,000 antioxidants for every 100 grams you eat. Because it manages calcium, cholesterol levels, and for people out there, it also manages diabetes. It's a grain that when people eat, no matter how hard you try, you can't grow fat because the complex carbohydrates in it, the way the nature made it, they're just to fuel your body. If you don't use it, it's wasted. That's why if you go to South Sudan, most where I come from, it's like we're born models and we die models. The only time we hear about bellies, where somebody have a big belly, is in the city and during colonial time. We used to have fattening festivals. And fattening festival, maybe I'll share you the story a bit because I didn't have a chance. Fattening festivals where people go to a place, men are made to grow fat, and the fattest man always die. And why I want to share this is I want to entwine it with a purpose. Before, one time I decided to eat 1 meal a day for 662 days because I wanted to build a school. I thought I was famous that I would raise the money within 1 month, but it took that long. So I met kids and I told them, hey, I'm eating 1 meal a day. And these kids told me, what do you mean? We eat 1 meal a day anyway. And then I told them, hey, the place I come from, I travel around the world, America, Europe, Mexico, people die of fatness. And the kids went and called the other kids and said, hey, come and listen. Jal is saying there's a place where people die of fatness. And so they stopped playing football and even all the kids started running around. And so one kid put his hand up and said, do you mean there's so much to eat that they grow fat and die? And I said, yes. So they took like 5 to 7 seconds digesting the picture. And one kid raised his hand slowly and said, that is the coolest death ever.
Oh yeah, you're talking about all this fat and thing. I'm living in Ubud and look at me now. I could die here as well. Okay. Other question? Yes?
Thank you for your story. It was very inspiring. And since you had such a short amount of time, I just wondered if you could just tell us for somebody to go through so much trauma, war, to experience what you've experienced, can you just give us some words of how you got through, how you came to this side, how you got through it? Just the emotional aspect of what you went through. I can't imagine maybe anything you could share that pulled you through in those times.
Well, tomorrow I'll be doing a workshop here called My Life is Art, where I'll show all the process, how I went. But I could say maybe one of the principles that I use is gratitude. And what is gratitude to me is when a problem comes, what I say is thank you for choosing me, because the source have trusted me that I have infinite intelligence to navigate myself through this, and others are going to learn. The moment I say that, my body go calm and my mind begin to think. But gratitude buy me time, so I use other methods. And the one I'll use is what I came to learn as a kid, the art of generating positive emotions. I came to understand with now that your future depends on the summation of positive emotions you create every day. And so somebody say, live in the moment. One guy was speaking, I could understand what does it mean to live in the moment. And so I was able to find that how do you generate positive emotions? And what is it? If you have the ability to generate positive emotion, then you love yourself. People who are able to do that are people who love themselves. You create self-awareness. You construct yourself from within so you can go out. Now, most people are bothered about what is happening outside, but the most important thing is what is happening inside. And so, there are 3 ways you can generate positive emotions. One of them is spiritually, second one is physically, and a third one is mentally. So I was lucky to be able to find that. I never saw somebody who could give me a therapy. I had to find my own ways to healing. I used to do crazy things. Sometimes I would lock myself in a room and talk to the demons themselves, one by one, and confront them. And in that process, now beginning to learn psychology, and I began, one of the top secret my mom used to tell me is, if somebody say anything bad to you, say 10 good things to yourself. And so I would say every good thing to myself, locking myself in a room, but I did not know that the process where I used to lock myself in a dark place and also combining music. So the ability to be able to speak positive mindset is those words were able to enter my mind. So they were able to influence me to create certain emotions that will make me happy. There's music. When music doesn't work, then I'll probably looking for somebody who has got a positive word to say. If that doesn't work, then I check what I'm eating. What am I eating? Because I came to realize certain food I eat, I feel certain ways. Certain food can make me happy, certain food can affect me. So I began to study myself. But the other thing is, I want to share maybe something. Like, for example, I got hurt one time. 60 people from my family recently got killed by the government. And I thought I had forgiven. Because one thing I understand is, when you forgive, you travel light. When you forgive, your heart create a defense mechanism that actually protect you. In African proverb, they say, when you don't forgive, it's like you've accepted that person. You've accepted to be a slave to that person. It's like it's like drinking a poison and wishing that person to die. So one time, one of the crazy things, I'm not going to ask you guys to do it because we're in the lovey-dovey festival where everybody is giving love. But one time, because as a child soldier, I hated Muslims and Arabs, and my desire was to kill as many as possible. But I was transformed, so I lived for so long, not thinking that I'll ever be bitter or get hatred. But I was caught, not surprised, recently in 2013, when again my village has been burned down by our current government. And I'm about peace and love. And I begin to feel the effects coming back again because I knew what it used to do. It's beginning to pull out the nightmares because once one demon gets in, it invites the others. And so what I did, I was on a tour, school tour in Canada. And I go and talk to kids. Kids get excited, but they didn't know what's going on in my head. So one thing I did is I said, look, I wrote lyrics, the demon didn't get out. I prayed, the demon didn't get out. I took a Bible, I did everything I possible. Listen to the positive, it was still strong. And then I said, I'm going to do something that I used to see people do in the village. I painted my whole body white. I had a fight with my manager. My manager was just crying, saying in tears, but she did not know what's going inside me. I'm at war. I want to win. I want to reunite my heart and my mind. I want to clean it. So I went to a park. I danced naked in the park. The police passed by. They thought it's an art project. And people were just looking, but they didn't know this person is dancing naked, is mad. Just picture the whole of my body is white. Dance, fell off, dance, fell off, dance. And I felt a release, went back to hotel, and the demon was out. So I did everything. So what I'm saying is, if somebody has hurt you, the best thing you could do is fight that demon out of you. Forgive them. Because we're all about peace and love. Because love never loses. Love wins in the end. Thank you.
All right. So tomorrow here, 7:30.
Yeah, so what I ask is if you want to come carry your notebooks, I'm going to share 2 principles that I use. And you could use them and practice them, or you could share them with people outside. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, so that's the end of it. Have a great Bali Spirit Festival. Have a peaceful Nyepi, and I hope to see you in the next PechaKucha. Thank you.